Hello everybody, happy Monday. There's a little bit more to caring for a guinea pig than just buying them fun chew toys, as well as providing them with a healthy, balanced diet. While you should already be performing your own health checks at home, it's a great idea to take them to the vet at least once a year for routine checkups and just to know a vet in case there is some type of a medical emergency. In today's video, I wanted to give you some tips on how to find a vet that will be able to treat your guinea pig and also how to choose the right one for your specific needs. Stay tuned. Before we get started, if you haven't already, please consider giving this video a like. And if you haven't, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And don't forget to ring the little bell so you'll know when the next video is available. Let's go ahead and get into it. Before you take your guinea pig home, or if you already have, one of the first things that you should do is find a vet in your area that will be able to treat guinea pigs. This is a little bit difficult to do because guinea pigs are considered an exotic animal, meaning not all vets will be able to treat them. Vets are important for many reasons. As I mentioned before, it's a good idea to take them for a yearly checkup. Not only will they check their weight, but they do a physical examination as well, checking for lumps, checking their teeth to make sure everything looks okay, and just an overall check just to make sure everything is going right with your guinea pig. These type of checks are something that you can do at home, but it's still a good idea to get a professional's eye too, just in case they see something you didn't, or maybe your guinea pig does have a lump that you don't think much of, but they might have a second opinion on, and maybe there's something you can do to make your guinea pig much happier. The easiest way to find a vet, and the way that I originally found the vet that I take my piggies to, is to simply look up online exotic vets near me. The important keyword here is exotic. Once you're able to find a vet in your area that's able to treat guinea pigs, there are a few things to consider. Obviously, the location is very important. The closer, the better, which I'll get into a little bit later in the video. Hours are another factor. For example, some vets can be open on weekends while most aren't. It's important to take into consideration your personal work or school schedule to make sure that if you do need to make an appointment for your guinea pig, you are able to have time in the day to be able to take them to the vet. It's not a bad idea to have multiple vets ready depending on the hours of their operation if there is some type of an emergency. And last but not least, one of the most important things to take into consideration when choosing a vet for your guinea pig are the reviews. Now keep in mind, when you're looking through the reviews, don't go by the overall star rating. It's a good idea to look at the bad reviews and see what they say. Some people may not have a good experience, but it may not have anything to do with the vet. And in other cases, the vet may have made a life-threatening mistake. It's really important before making the final decision on whether or not this is the right vet for you to read the positive reviews as well as the negative reviews. Not only that, but read the description as to why they left the rating that they did. As I mentioned before, hours are very important. Obviously, there's only so many hours in the day a vet can be open. In most cases, you might be able to find an emergency vet. For example, there's one in my area that is open from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. The downside, however, is not every vet on staff can treat guinea pigs. I have called them several times, and the first thing I always ask is if their guinea pig specialist is available, and if not, when is the earliest that they will be able to be there to care for my guinea pig. Location is also extremely important. You want somewhere pretty close by. Especially right now in the summer months, it's extremely hot, so it's not a good idea to have your guinea pig traveling in a hot car for over an hour to go to the vet. If that is the case, if the only vet nearby is about an hour's drive away, you want to make sure that you prepare the guinea pig accordingly. I highly recommend putting an ice pack in the cage with them, and if you are able to, attach a water bottle to the cage so they do not dehydrate. If that's just not possible to do, have some watery vegetables set aside to be able to quench their thirst while they're on the trip. Other things to keep in mind when traveling long distances with your guinea pigs is to have some type of a liner in the carrier that they are in. Fleece lining works best, but you could also just use a towel or a blanket, as long as there is something in there to absorb the urine during the trip. I would also recommend bringing a second liner along with you for the trip home, so they're comfortable both ways. They'll be nice, clean, and dry. Reviews are something just to take into deep consideration. If something were to go wrong with your pet, of course you're going to be upset, but it may or may not have been the vet's fault. A good example of this is the vet that I take my girls to. The only reason I discovered it was I previously had a hamster who was not doing so well, and they were the only vet that was able to see her that day. Unfortunately, I did have to put my hamster down. There was nothing that they could have done to save her. But it was not the vet's fault, nor was it my fault. It was just an unfortunate situation that nobody could have fixed. So even though it was a bad situation, I didn't leave them a bad review. Obviously, if the situation allows, it's ideal to always take your guinea pig to the vet should something be going wrong. But unfortunately, even with all the tips that I've given, you may not be able to find a vet in time or just in the time frames that you have. So here's just a couple tips that you can do at home just to treat some minor things, at least until you can get them to the vet. It's a good idea to have gas drops on hand in the event of bloating. I use infant gas drops, mostly on Caelum. He's been the only one who's been having the bloating issues, and then I'll rub his stomach for a little bit until the gas comes out, or at least a little bit comes out. Other things that are a great idea to have on hand is the Sherwood Recovery Pack, which comes with Appetite Restore as well as recovery food. The Appetite Restore is in case your guinea pig is refusing to eat even hay, which is required for them to constantly eat to keep everything in their stomach moving. They also can have the recovery food just to put something into their stomach as well. The reason the two work good together is in case they're refusing to eat the recovery food, which can help them get better, the Appetite Restore will give them the urge to eat, at least until you're able to take them to go see a vet. While these are just some small tips that can maybe help relieve the problem in the meantime, I still highly recommend taking your guinea pig to the vet for any sign of any type of trouble. It's not worth saving just a little bit of money if it is something that could be potentially life-threatening. And those are just a few tips on how you can keep your guinea pig happier and healthier. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the little bell so you'll know when the next video is available. I post new videos every Monday morning, including educational, how-tos, and fun little tidbits, as well as a vlog every Wednesday with updates on my piggies' lives. If you guys have any questions or future video suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. Thanks again so much for watching, and I hope you all have a safe and a lovely day. Unfortunately, guinea pigs are what's considered an exotic animal.